What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Long Island Gaming League podcast. I know it's been a while. I really apologize for that. Things have been a little crazy lately. Ever since our last event, there's been a lot of events planning and stuff like that. So I have, that with IRL, real life. But trying to get back into it. We are back into it today. Got a nice little treat for you guys. But just to start out, I hope everybody's been doing well. Hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody is healthy, taking care of each other, watching out for each other. The world's been a little crazy, or keeps on being crazy, sometimes crazier. But yeah, I really hope everybody's doing well out there. We have a nice show for you guys today, so for everybody who has been here before, welcome back. For our new listeners, welcome. Where have you been? You've missed us. We've been around for a while. Now you found the perfect place if you're looking for anything that has to do with gaming, streaming, video games, anything in that. You know where you are. You're in the right place. You found us. So today we have a special guest. I know it's a little bit different than normal, that you just see me, you just see an image. This is something a little bit new. If you guys know how we are, how we do, we have the video, we have the audio, but in this case it's a little bit different, although we do have a video. Our guest wants to be an enigma, is the enigma, is our boy Rose. Rose, how are you doing today, buddy? How's everything going?
I'm doing great. Today I've just been chilling, and this is actually my first podcast, so if I sound a little nervous, that's most likely why.
You're good, man. You know how this is not like a podcast. It's not like other podcasts that people see around. This is more like a conversation between two individuals that like gaming, like video games. So it's like, it's just treat it as a conversation. That's basically what it is, my man. But let's just start it off. For those out there that want to know a little bit more about you, give a little bit of introduction to about yourself to our viewers. Go ahead.
Alright, so my name is Rose. I'm 18. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, raised in Freeport, Long Island, and I currently hit affiliate on Twitch, 2.4K followers.
Good
And
job, good job. Congratulations on that one.
thank you. I am a faceless streamer. I don't really plan on doing a face reveal anytime soon. A lot of people have asked, but that's mostly what I try to stick with. So yeah.
No, I mean that's pretty much. I mean that I think that's something that's actually been growing a little bit in the community. Is you have streamers that are like that are like me, that they're just normal people who don't have no character or anything like that. It's just you are who you are. Then you have people that create characters. You have like Dr. Disrespect that has his character that he makes and he incorporates just when he's streaming. And then you have, like you, there are plenty of faceless streamers. Especially there are a couple of high-end top streamers that I actually follow that same thing as you. Um, don't show their face. Although on social media they do, but when they're streaming, they stay faceless. Um, then you have that fourth kind of category, is the ones that use animated figures instead of their own figures. That do actually do the when they talk, the mouth moves at the same time and stuff like that. That's something new that I started seeing now. So, but I mean, there's
Oh, those
nothing.
are like the VTubers.
Yes, 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 yes. That's like something. I think that's pretty recent. No, I think that's
I wanted to get into that, but then I was like, I don't feel like designing this. Like,
right.
I've done like computer engineering and like programming and all that, and I do not feel like designing a whole character.
I mean, it seems it's a little complicated to set something up like that, and then
It's expensive. I tried to search it out, dude. Never.
that makes sense. I mean, that's something that probably takes hours and hours and hours to do. Of course, it's going to be something that's going to be expensive. Makes sense. Um, but yeah, back to our conversation. So congratulations once again for hitting for joining the crew. Um, you joined us. That's the perfect place to be. It's a perfect place to start. Um, you're locked in, so just keep on working on it. I can personally say that it's after hitting affiliate, it's a struggle. So don't let it discourage you. Just keep on pushing, keep on grinding because before it was a grind, now the grind is even worse. But it's
Yep.
worth it. At the end of the day, it's worth it. Um, so basically, what games or what genres do you normally play when you stream?
When I stream, I mostly play like first person shooters. Recently, I just like started playing Apex a whole lot.
Hmm.
And before Apex, I used to stream Rainbow Six and Call of Duty.
Okay.
Recently, it's just been Apex. I was always into Apex. That was when I first started streaming on my PlayStation before I moved over to PC.
Okay. I mean, that's. It seems like it's the way streaming is kind of pushing nowadays with the whole beatdown, I like to call it, on Activision Blizzard and all the
Yeah.
controversy. So it seems like people are stemming out. A lot of people have been going to Apex, that's for sure. Um, I mean, you are coming up to that time. To tell you the truth, there are like everybody looks forward to Christmas, Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
New Year's. Mm-mm. Me, I look forward to the month of November. That's the month that Call of Duty comes out, Battlefield comes out, all the big name person shooters. No Christmas for me. It's give me October, give me November, give me gaming releases. That's to me that's the time that I look forward to. It's that and now football season. That's the football season started now. And my next thing is gaming season because it's just it's. I think we have, and you being also in the first person shooter community, you could probably confirm what I say that I think the community has been aching for a good change
Yes,
in the first.
most definitely.
Yeah, this whole thing with Battlefield. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Um, I've been away from Call of Duty for a long time. Since this whole thing with the cheaters started popping up, I myself personally shifted over to Escape from Tarkov. That's what I've been playing that since Christmas, nonstop. That's all I stream. But uh, it's that kind of thing. It's like, do you notice when before when you started playing more Apex, did you notice on Call of Duty the whole entire? Did you feel it? Let's put it in that perspective, that way. The whole cheating situation. Did you ever encounter cheaters or, you know?
In Apex?
No, Call of Duty.
Oh, in Call of Duty, most definitely. Even on console, it's surprising at how many cheaters you find on there.
That's something new.
Um, yeah. I streamed Apex before, but then I decided to like take a little break because that's like the only game I used to stream. And
Okay.
then I decided to go into Warzone because I'm more of like a battle royale kind of person. I enjoy it personally.
Hmm.
I have fun with it. I know a lot of people say it gets repetitive, but we all have our own like little niches.
I don't think so. I don't think it's repetitive because regardless of being, you're playing the same map, but you every time you go into a fight, it could be the situation is never the same as another one. I think people don't realize that. And whoever says that whole thing, I think they have no clue what they're talking about. Because it's not like you're going to do a campaign or something like that you have to go through all that. No, you're in an open world. You can go wherever you want. You can drop in different locations. So I mean, you're not. Whoever says that just has no clue what they're doing. No clue.
Yeah.
Um, so you used to play Apex more. I mean, we have a lot of people in our group that does play Apex and Rainbow Six Siege. We have a lot of good guys in Long Island Gaming League that do play that also. I tried them both. I kind of like Apex a little bit. I was around when the beta came out, um, but I stepped
God,
away.
I missed the beta.
I think that I personally I played it a lot more when the beta was around, and now I just like I think they're, it's, how am I gonna say? I feel that it's going down a little bit the road of hmm, like League of Legends, something like that, was just too many characters, too much stuff that you have to know. Each character has its own little thing and this and that, and they just keep on. I think it's just going. I think they're going a
I
little too crazy
mean,
with it.
I kind of like it because it adds different options, different skill sets, different skill gaps. Um, I feel like it would have to put the actual player into more of like a competitive mindset, even if you're not playing competitive, which is why I enjoy the game so much because you really don't have the same thing happening again and again, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, once it's like I said, open world. Open world just says what it is. It's not like you're restricted to one. It's kind of like you have and situations that you can get involved in, and it's like I was saying, no two games are the same, never, never. So
Yeah.
it kind of works out. Um, so to move on a little bit, what brought? Let's put it this way: when you started playing games, what did you start playing on? PC, console? What console? What was your first experience in gaming?
I started playing, I would say around, so I was born 2003.
Okay.
I'd say I started playing around like 2006, 2007. And if I remember correctly, my first console was a GameCube or a Dreamcast. It was
Okay.
one of those two.
Okay. Oh,
But
that's,
yeah,
that's. I mean, you came in when technology was already starting to push up a little bit. Things were a little different. I mean, but
yeah,
that's not a bad time to start. You're at that beginning of the change from like the more linear, flat images to more 3D kind of playing and stuff like that. So I mean, it was a
yeah.
good time. What was your first game that you played?
I believe it was Star Fox.
Oh shoot. Okay. Wow. That's
Yeah,
That's the first. You're actually the first person that I hear say that they started on Star Fox. That's a game that.
I love that game so much.
Yeah, it's a game that people don't talk about too much for sure. Um, Not that it's a bad game.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad game. It's just not people talk to the people. It's always like the same thing, Mario or Sonic or something like that. It's not. It's a kind of an unusual game for a start. And, I mean,
yeah.
it's good to hear though. It's very good to hear that diversity. Um,
Yeah.
at what point did you decide, or what made you decide to start being more in the competitive gaming? Let's put it that way, with the streaming and all that.
That all started when Black Ops 2 came out. I'm pretty sure that like kind of inspired everybody when like Phase really began and started popping off.
Hmm.
Um, I would always like do trick shots. I always had clips of them. I believe I still have the clips somewhere, but that would like take a while to find. But most of the time, yeah, it started off in Black Ops 2, and then I would say a few months after is when I started building like a little friend group that I would actually like play Search and Destroy with and like do trick shots and all that.
Okay, I mean that's Black Ops 2. That's actually not that's a pretty good game to start with. It's it's good to hear. I mean, and now how long have you been streaming on Twitch?
I've been streaming on Twitch for about 3, 4 years.
Okay.
Recently, I started popping off because one of my TikToks blew up, and that got me a lot of like publicity, which helped out a lot.
Good thing you talk about TikTok. Before TikTok, what were you using basically to put your material out?
I would use YouTube. I'm sure as like every like little kid did back then. They would just upload like little like bad quality clips, but like some of them are like hidden treasures because I've seen some like really bad quality clips, but like they're hitting like amazing shots, like great gameplay and all that.
Hmm.
and it would just like amaze me, and that's what like got me inspired to like keep going and continue trying to better myself and better my videos.
Well, of course. But do you feel that with the introduction of TikTok, do you feel that, how am I going to put this question? Do you feel that people are using TikTok a lot more than like usual uh, um, social media like Twitter and stuff like that? Or do you think that Twitch is being used more in the way of gamers and streamers to put their product out there?
Believe it or not, I agree that TikTok is being used more than any other social media because I love the way TikTok works because there is no formula to TikTok. You make a good video, you get good views. There is no like hidden secret to like blowing up or anything. You just gotta constantly put out amazing videos, good quality. And yes, people do use TikTok more, but that's because it's an amazing like application to get your stuff out there. But for like Twitch and all that, I would say it's 50-50 because you do see a lot of big streamers streaming on YouTube, like say Valkyrae, The Disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tatman started streaming on YouTube as well, or
Tap,
Rose Mixer
yeah.
or something like that.
No, Tapman, Courage, and Dr. Lupo. The last 3 months, 3 weeks, they just all signed massive contracts with YouTube, and they just shifted over. So
Yeah,
you got a big quad over there of Tapman, Courage,
yeah,
Lupo, and Tapman now playing. So yeah, that's recent.
but
That's very
yeah,
recent.
yeah. But like I said, I say it's 50-50.
Okay. Do you think it's easier to put your product out on TikTok compared to? I know YouTube has the whole entire algorithm BS. That's why
Yeah,
I don't even, although it's, you do put, a lot of people do put their stuff out there on it, but I don't even bring that into the conversation just because of the algorithm. That it's just, I
yeah.
can't even understand it, and I don't even try to understand it. So that's why I don't even, talk about it. That's more like the Twitter and TikTok. Do you think Twitter is easier than TikTok? TikTok is easier than, oh god, easier than Twitter to promote your product?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Like I say like on my Instagram I upload pictures or
Mhm.
like video clips. They'll get like a few views, few likes. I go onto my TikTok, post one video. Let's just say it's like not as good as the one that I posted on my Instagram. That one will get like I think on my account it's like minimum 1,000 views.
There you go.
And then like it'll like just start helping me. And then recently I'm trying to start doing like streamer tips and all that
Okay.
because I know a lot of people like really need help trying to start because the gaming community on TikTok is huge, and I just want to try to at least help the community.
Okay. Do you do you think that, now this is more I could think it's more like a technical kind of thing, but do you think when you post on TikTok, what do you feel that gives you more views? A shorter video, like a 10-second video or something, or do you think video a little bit bigger gives you more hits and more views?
I say a mix of both. Like try to like stick like if you're gonna do like a regular upload schedule for TikTok, it's kind of like YouTube to have a decent schedule. I say stick with shorter, like more like to the point videos, and then like say like you're uploading like 5 videos a week.
Okay.
Do like 3 or 4 short videos and then one longer video. Especially now on TikTok, now that we have like the 3 minute length videos, those are gonna help out a lot of creators because like a lot of people like use that to like introduce them, put in like longer gaming clips so they could see that they're not like just trying to do it for the views. They're actually trying to like reach out and like grow.
Gotcha. I mean, makes sense. I'm not too, I don't know too much about TikTok. That's why I asked, because in my head TikTok is like 10-second videos, short videos. I didn't realize that now you can actually put, more like into 1 2 minute videos, which I that was something that pushed me away a little bit from TikTok. Was, if you're gonna put something out, it had to be short, so you really had to be precise on what you're gonna put. That it's what you want. It's not like you can't put
Yeah,
too much before, too much after. You have to put, it's straight to the point thing. Yeah, it's like you saying, having the possibility to put longer videos does kind of help creators, that they don't have to be so restricted into what they put. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It
And
works out.
especially now that they added the sponsorship and the paid algorithm into it.
Okay.
Well, it's not really an algorithm. It's more of like a feature where, like, if you do get a sponsor, you could link them into the video and it'll put their link or ad automatically into the description, where obviously you'll get paid and they'll get their publicity that they wanted, which helps out a lot of small creators that are trying to grow.
Very good. Uh, for everybody who's listening out there, if you want to start putting out, product, here you go, straight from somebody who does put stuff on TikTok. The little tips. So keep your ears open. And pay attention to what people are saying, because it's like I said, I'm learning something new myself that I didn't even know existed in TikTok. Like, to me, it was like
Yeah.
10-second videos. That's it. And I'm like, 10
Yeah.
seconds. I
I
stream for 4 or
recommend
5
starting
hours.
off
How
on
am I going to
TikTok.
cut down something into 10 seconds? Out of 4 hours, it's a little rough to pick what
Yeah,
you
that's what I
want.
used to do.
Yeah, it's rough.
But I recommend starting off on TikTok instead of YouTube, because TikTok you'll get a lot more like publicity, you'll get a lot more people that actually watch your views, because the way YouTube works, if you don't have a certain amount of like subscribers or views, you won't get put onto people's recommended pages. It's just
Mm.
dumb, considering the fact that like now it's so much harder to grow on YouTube, because of the fact that everybody that's on YouTube sticks to their like original creators that like subscribe to. Nobody really looks for smaller streamers anymore
Yeah.
or creators, because everybody's focused on the big people with like millions of subs. Like, it's crazy to think that now 1 million subs is such a small amount compared to everybody else now.
Right. I mean, how long has YouTube been around? How many people does YouTube have on it? I mean, yeah, you would
YouTube's
think
been around for a
you
while.
would think 1 million is a big number, but no, it's just 5 million, 10 million is, I still think, is considered a small number on YouTube. Like, if on Twitch, 1 million followers is a nice
Yeah,
number.
that's a big chunk.
1 million followers
Like,
on
even
YouTube.
right now, even right now, I have 2.4K followers, and if you go into like Twitch stats searching, I'm in the top 1% of Twitch, which is crazy to think about.
Wow.
And that's such a small amount compared to a lot. Well, it's like, nah, it's actually not that small of an amount.
No,
2.4K followers could get you a lot on Twitch,
true.
but it's just crazy to think about compared to all these big streamers. That 2.4K alone, I'm in the top 1% of Twitch.
Because of your following, of course. I mean, but it's not, the thing about Twitch, I think, is not all just by the followers that you have. It's also about how, you can have those
Like a
many
community.
followers. Yeah, if you have, like, per stream, you out of the 2K, if you can have a couple of hundred on your watching you while you stream, it makes a difference. To compare, like, smaller streamers can have, let's say, 200 or 300 followers, but they probably have 1 or 2 people watching their stream at a time. It makes a difference. It's like you say,
Yeah,
it sounds like a small number, but well,
yeah,
it's not that it's not a small. It is a small number if you look at numbers themselves, but it's just there's so many people streaming right now on Twitch that the following is so distributed throughout everybody who streams that it makes it possible for somebody to have a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand followers and be in that top tier percent, because there's just so many people that have the same amount of streamers followers as you. And
yeah.
meanwhile, on YouTube, it's like you say, you can have 1 million followers and it's nothing, because
Like, one of my
there's
friends on YouTube,
hmm,
his name is like Ryan. I don't mind throwing his name out there because he's perfectly fine with it. His YouTube channel, Dime Family, has about 7,000 subscribers, and he goes around, and it's just crazy because once he hits 7,000, he hasn't really been growing, because obviously the views start to drop, and then YouTube just doesn't care anymore. Because like the way it works, if you're not being consistent or growing consistently, they just don't care about you anymore. And I guess it's kind of the same way with Twitch, because Twitch doesn't really help out their creators.
nope.
Twitch just sits there and collects the money.
Yep. That's why all these guys are leaving. And they're taking their followers with them. It's like you see when Disrespect left, well, was kind of not left when he was pushed.
Banned for no reason.
Yeah, but it's like when he left, the number of people that he took with him, you can feel it. You feel it because regardless of him having all those followers, while he was on Twitch, those followers were still there to look at other people. Now he leaves with his community of a couple of, million people. Like, I don't know how many million he had, but now that all these people went over to YouTube, they're not paying attention to Twitch anymore. So it's like you lose that following, and now you have Lupo, who has a massive community. Now you have also Tim the Tatman and Courage. I mean, between those four, how many hundreds of million followers did they take with them?
That's probably almost 50, to be honest. Because like on Twitch, they were like the biggest ones on Twitch, like some of the biggest ones on Twitch. So if I had to guess, I would say about around 30 to 50 million people they took with them back to YouTube.
Easy, and those people probably don't even think about coming back to watch people on Twitch. Guaranteed.
Yeah, most definitely not.
So it's like, it hurts. It's like, it's, and it hurts Twitch too in their pocket, if you think about it, because they're not collecting on those followers that left and now are not subbed somewhere else or don't go sub somebody else. It hurts their pocket too. So I mean, I don't know if you're in the same opinion as me, but I actually think that it was a good thing that these guys left in a way. In one way, being that, it kind of puts the fire under Twitch's, butt to change things in a positive way. So it kind of like, hopefully they start listening to the community and doing the right thing, I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, at least. To at least begin to help smaller streamers and all that.
Right. I mean, it's that thing is like small streamers like us, we don't have the possibility of having these contracts that the guys have. So once you're hit in on affiliate, you're basically locked into Twitch, and it's not like you can pick up and move, because you have. It's not like a contract, but you kind of like when you click off, I agree, you're kind of screwed. You don't have the possibility of getting a contract to go somewhere else. So it's a screwed up thing. It's rough, especially for us small guys. For them big guys, they can leave. They don't care. They have all these people behind them. They have their lawyers and all that stuff. They have nothing to worry about. Guys like us, small guys, small streamers that are affiliates or are borderline, passing to the next level. Those are the guys that have to worry, because the Twitch doesn't actually do too much for us, if you think about it. We do more for them, being that we have the people that sub us. That's money in their pocket. I mean,
especially considering the fact they take half of how much people pay for the sub.
Yep, and it takes, for you to even see the check, you still have to have a certain amount of money that was subbed in for you to get your first check.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
minimum is 100.
Yeah,
I believe.
And meanwhile, they already pocketed. So it's like, it's rough, but I mean, on my side, I have nothing to complain about Twitch.
Yeah. I'd say if you want to help out a creator on Twitch, I wouldn't recommend subbing. I say donate them bits instead of subbing, because you get the full compensation of the bits instead of the sub, because Twitch takes half of the sub. So if you do want to help out your favorite creators, I recommend doing bits, because they get the full compensation and they don't have to worry about Twitch taking half of it.
That's for sure. But I mean, yeah, you can still sub. Don't get me wrong. I mean.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not complaining about that.
Please do.
The best thing you could do for a Twitch streamer, Prime sub. That's all I'm saying.
It doesn't come out of your pocket.
You get the full compensation, and it's free for you.
Yep, yeah. That's for sure. I mean, if you want to go, more than a month or 2 months at one time, that's a little different. But if you just, use your Prime, it's just only screwed up that they should give like each person like three or
Like
four,
3 a month
3 or 4 primes per person.
instead
Just
of the one.
yeah, it's like that's really like you're literally trying to blind, not even blindly, like eyes wide open, take people's money. It's like, yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna give you one free, but everything else that you want, you're gonna have to pay. See, but I mean, streamers like us, small guys, we have to fight and grind. But then again, these big streamers, how long have these guys been around? I mean,
Yeah, they've been around for a minute.
Doctor Disrespect before Twitch was around, he was on YouTube already streaming, and
Look at PewDiePie. He was one of the first YouTube creators.
yep.
Now he has what, like over 50 million subscribers?
Right. Yeah, it's like these guys have been around for like 10, 15 years plus, stuff like that. So it's not like, like I only started, it's been a year. March was my first year streaming. I mean, there's guys that have
That's
been streaming
crazy.
less than me. It's,
Yeah.
every day there's like, new people. People want to try to do it. They
Yeah.
want to
I
try to
use
make it.
my community. I use my community to try to help out smaller streamers.
Hmm.
I always do this at the end of the streams, and so do all my friends that I stream with.
The raids.
At the end of our streams, yeah, we rate it out to a smaller streamer
Yeah.
and just try to help out anybody that we can.
No, for sure. There's a lot of people that do that. There's definitely a lot of people that do that, and everybody in the community, I think, appreciates when you get like a raid or a host by somebody you don't know, and they bring in, even if it's just 2 or 3 people just to watch. I mean, it helps, and
It does.
it helps a lot. You would think not, but like sometimes I'll do that. I'll go like raid somebody, and I'll have just because I stream late, so normally I have like 1 or 2 people watching. Like if it's 3, 4, 5 in the morning, I'll just go raid somebody. Sometimes I feel like, yeah, I'm going in raiding with one person. It's like, but
But then once you do it, you see the person's face light up and all that. They're just like so appreciative.
Exactly. It is appreciate. You appreciate anything that anybody does because it's help. At the end of the day, it helps.
Well, I love the Twitch community. Everybody's like so wholesome. Nobody's really like toxic towards each other. Everybody tries to help out.
Yes, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Unlike YouTube, where
YouTube is just you,
algorithm
and
just
you.
doesn't care.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I don't even think you have the option to go to other people's streams like that. It's just you. It's me, myself, and I. That's all it is. It's.
Honestly.
But I mean, I also think the YouTube streaming on YouTube, it's a little bit more complicated. Just the way it works, the way it looks. It's just Twitch is
Yeah.
much more simple, much more straight up. Even Facebook gaming, it looks a little.
I haven't
It's
even seen that yet.
yeah. It looks easier than YouTube, but it's just YouTube just looks a little. I don't know. It just looks strange to me. But then again, I'm used to Twitch. That's why. Twitch is easy. Twitch is
Yeah.
simple. Just straight up. It's not. There's no. It just looks better. Visually, it looks better. Like YouTube, you go in, it's like you don't know if you're looking at the video. You don't know if you're looking at the stream. It's strange. But
Yeah.
getting back into the conversation about you, sir. So you started with Modern Warfare 2. What do you think, since you started streaming, would be your... Okay, you said you have played a lot more Apex and stuff like that, but what would you think, since you started until now, would probably be the game that you liked streaming the most?
The game that I enjoyed streaming the most when I first began would probably be, I would say, this is going to be a very controversial game. I would say Advanced Warfare. I
Oh,
know a lot of people hated that game,
we don't talk
but
that
I
name.
enjoyed it.
We don't
I
pronunciate that.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because it added a whole new skill gap. And I guess you could say the people who didn't understand it are the ones that really hated the game. The mechanics were amazing. I hated the pay to win. That's the one thing I hated.
Yes, for
Um,
sure.
but that's what like really like turned around the gaming community because games from there on started adding like how they had in there supply drops, things you could buy in
Mhm.
game, a lot more in game purchases, more like vanity items,
Mhm.
and yeah, and then again, I'd say that was probably my favorite game to stream at the beginning. But now it's most definitely Apex because I run into a lot of people who, like, after I kill them, they like message me. They're like, "Oh my god, I watch your videos," or like, watch your stream," and I'm just like, "Oh, thank
Mm.
you." It's
See,
just fun to see.
Advanced Warfare is that child that you keep locked in the closet underneath the stairs, and you never let them out when you have people coming. We don't. That game is never talked about. That was the disgrace of the Call of Duty
Nah,
community.
I'd say Infinite Warfare was the disgrace. That thing didn't even last a year.
Infinite Advanced started it. Infinite killed it. They tried so hard to come with that new kind of. No, they came with. Oh yeah, it's gonna be boots on the ground. The walls, the ground, the
It was
ceiling.
boots on the ground, but we weren't on the ground. We were in
Right.
space.
It was just too much. It's like I said, that's the unwanted child. That's like when you're asked who's your favorite kid, that you'll never put that kid in conversation. No, it's like it's like I think what they're trying to do now with the whole, and maybe I don't know if you're in the same um opinion as me with the whole thing of trying to go back into like World War II kind of era.
Oh
Um,
yeah, with the Vanguard, with the
I
new Call of Duty game.
I, I
Yeah,
I understand what they're trying to do, because
I
that's
just
what.
don't think it's the time.
No, that's not what. I don't think that's what it is. It's just I know understand. I understand kind of that they feel that the community, and it's visual that the community is getting away from them, and I
Yeah,
think that kind of they think, okay, let's listen to the community. Maybe that'll help bring them
but
back.
that isn't the issue. The issue that the community wants Activision to fix is the anti-cheat.
What anti-cheat?
Exactly. Like,
What
load into
anti-cheat are we
Apex.
talking about? Because I don't even know.
Like, if you load into Apex, the first thing you see is that little brown, no,
Mm-hmm.
brown, the little blue bear that says anti-cheat.
Yep. And even
That's the one thing people have been begging for.
yeah.
Like Activision, the way they listen to their community, the community's like, no, we don't want this. Activision's like, okay, we'll add more.
Oh yeah, we'll ban 70,000 accounts. Go the next day. Go check how many new accounts they got. 70,000.
Exactly.
It's all about the ching. It's all about the money.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. That's all they care about. There is no anti-cheat in Call of Duty right now. There is none. Their anti-cheat is, let's ban a couple of numbers so we can quiet people down. It
I'm
prob
taking bets on there's gonna be no anti-cheat in Vanguard.
They say it has its own anti-cheat. They say.
That's what they said about Modern Warfare.
Say. Yeah, I don't know. It's just.
Blizzard Entertainment has been falling down a lot with their anti-cheat as well because I heard Overwatch 2 isn't gonna have an anti-cheat.
Mhm.
But again, the Overwatch community is kind of dead.
It's
But
not dead.
I
It's
enjoyed that.
very confined. It's a different type of
Yeah,
community.
but I enjoy that game. I can't wait till the second one comes out till I
Oh,
play it. But now, if you go into like games, it's so much harder to find a game. It's more into private lobbies, and then once you go into a private lobby, it's obviously hackers just messing around.
yeah. No, that's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, I was looking forward to
Yeah,
Diablo 4, and now I don't even know if I want to invest into it.
yeah.
And that's a game that our community, Diablo community, has been asking for maybe 15 years. No, not 15 because Diablo 3 came out, but that game, I don't know. It's just 4, the way they're coming out with it, it seems like, we've been waiting for it for a very long time, and now I'm a little.
Yeah.
Am I going to invest? It's like Call of Duty. I've bought every Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 3.
I've skipped a few because I wasn't interested.
No, I was stupidly the guy that invested in Infinite and Advanced and gave up on it probably a week or two into it. And I
One
bought.
Call of Duty I hated was World War II. I didn't enjoy that game at all.
Okay. I mean, it's different. I mean, I like the remake that they did of what was that? Of Modern Warfare or Modern Warfare 2, I think it was the
It was
remake
the
that they did.
remaster.
That was
Yeah, the
nice.
remaster of Modern Warfare.
That
Yeah,
was
that
nice.
game I enjoyed. I
They,
thoroughly played that.
yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it in a way, but I'm really not looking forward to giving them my money. So it's a little. It's I don't know if it's going to be the first game that I don't pre-buy of them. I don't even know if
Yeah,
I'm
no.
going to buy it. I'm very. I think I'm going to be one of those guys that's going to wait like a month or two. Let's see what happens, how it
Yeah, that's what
looks,
I'm doing.
see the complaints, and then I'll think about it because it's just the cheating
Go
game.
to the go to the reviews.
Yeah.
It's like mixed.
Yeah.
Like some people hate it, some people love it.
Oh, go see the top streamers, see what they say. I mean, you got like those four guys are all they're all sponsored by Activision. I think it is. Like they're Call of Duty streamers. They got contracts, and they still complain about the
Yeah.
game. They still complain about it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what I'm looking forward to. Battlefield. That I am. I think we.
One of the games that I was looking forward to that just recently released was Naraka Blade Point. It's another battle royale. It is the biggest skill gap I have ever seen in a game. If you're good at it, nobody else is going to be able to beat you because that game is all melee and one-on-one frontier combat.
Okay. That's a little. Is it a little bit like? You say it's a battle royale, but is it like oh, Ghost of Tsushima? That was a massive open world type, but it was.
Yeah, kind of like that.
But it
It's
wasn't a
like,
battle royale though.
yeah, it's basically that. It's a open world battle royale. Obviously all melee weapons, all Japanese mythology based.
Okay. Interesting.
It's an amazing game though. I love it so much. The graphics are amazing. It was made by a team of 15 creators, and guess what? They have an anti-cheat. Activision, fix your stuff.
Wow. Well, being that it's a melee, I mean, maybe it's easier for them to make an anti-cheat for it. Maybe it's a little bit more restricted than, I don't know.
But it's just sad that 15 people made that game, and Activision has what, over like 2 million employees, and they still can't do that.
They're more worried about doing crazy stuff to their females. Let's move on. Yeah, I think they're more worried about being a fraternity than actually listening to the community.
Don't doubt that.
It's freaking. I don't know, man. It's just. I think that they're so blindsided by money that it's just things have just gotten too out of control. Just it's out of control.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep on saying the only way to fix it, clean house, top to bottom. Start all the way up, work your way down, clean house. I
Yeah,
mean,
most definitely.
look at the game that I play. Look at Escape from Tarkov. It's been a game that has been around for I would say about 3-4 years now, but it's always been in the beta stage. It's been in.
Well, yeah, because that it's better to keep the game in beta or early access, as a lot of games say, because it gives you unlimited options because you could constantly update the game, which
Yep.
is why a lot of games recently, like Naraka Blade Point, it's quote unquote still in beta. Same thing with Splitgate. It's quote unquote still in beta, but we all know the game is fully released. Splitgate has been out for quite a while,
Yep.
and obviously just recently it started taking off, but because of that, it just helps to know that it's working compared to different like games that aren't trying at all.
Yes, that's true. But I mean, like Escape from Tarkov, it's really a beta. Like they're still building the game. Like the game's not even fifty
Yeah.
percent done, and we're talking about 3, 4, no more. 2017, 16, 17, something like that is when they started with it. It's still, you know, just about a couple of months ago, we had the game restarted. Was a restart of the game because uh, they added new mechanics and stuff like that to the game, which they do that every 6 to 8 months. Just fresh slate, start over again. Everybody start everything new. They still have maps that are under production. but they want it when it comes out that it comes out perfect. They want
Yeah.
a perfect product. They don't want garbage. Like,
But that's why I support those games that like stay in beta
right,
because if the game is registered as beta, the creators could constantly update it if there's an issue. Because if you have a fully released game, you have to schedule the update.
yep,
You have to redo everything. But no, if the game is in beta, you could just constantly update it. Say like
yep.
you update it once and you like there's an issue with that update, you could update it again the day right after.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's just I like the game. To me, it's probably one of the best. It's probably one of the best first-person shooters ever made, and I'm not joking. And I stand my ground on that. And it's not even a full game yet.
Yeah.
That's what's it, and it doesn't even have an anti-cheat, but it doesn't need one because regardless of there are cheaters, yes, but there's no anti-cheat, and the quantity of cheaters in this game is not even a an inch compared to what Call of Duty has, and it's supposed to have an anti-cheat. That's what's
Yeah.
strange to me. I mean, there's cheaters all over the place. Don't get me wrong. There's cheaters all over the place. There's been
Yeah.
cheaters since video games have been made. Only difference is back in the day you used to have to put a code. Now it's programs that you buy.
Yeah.
That's
Back
the
then, you
difference.
would have to hunt for the code. You would actually like. I remember I had a notebook of
Mm-hmm.
like I used to like grind Mortal Kombat when I was little. I had a notebook full of like every single fatality,
Right.
like every like button to press,
Mm-hmm.
like stuff like that. Back then was amazing. Same thing with GTA. I had a little like sticky note inside of like my game case that had like all the cheat codes in like
Infinite
GTA's
bullets,
every
infinite
city.
money, infinite health, infinite this, infinite that. But you're not affecting other people's games because it was codes. Now it's just you buy a program from somebody and
And now you're messing with everybody else.
you mess like when we just had all these big tournaments, they always would end up in lobbies with cheaters, and you're talking about cheating people out of tens of thousands of dollars,
Yeah, for real.
and you're not making a penny because you're not even in the tournament. You're just there to kind of say, "Oh, I killed this guy, I killed that guy." No, you didn't. You
I ruined
paid.
his chances.
Yeah, you
Like
paid
that's all you're doing.
somebody to give you something that just ruined somebody who's making a living. It's like let's say, it's like somebody walking in the street passes by a job that I'm doing, and without knowing, like I'll stop to let's say I stop to do what I'm doing to get a drink. Meanwhile, this guy jumps into the hole and jumps into my job and destroys everything that I just did and just walks away. It's the same thing. It's like it's the same concept. Oh, I just paid somebody to give me something so I can destroy everybody's life. That's what it is, and
Yeah.
you get no you get nothing in return, man. It's not like you get money or you get nothing. You're a cheater. You're going to be a cheater all your life. It's I don't know. It's just like in my game, it's a little bit different because the cheaters that are there, the people pay. How am I going to say? The cheaters are not in there so much just to get kills because there is an economy in the game. So there's Bitcoin and stuff like that, and it works literally with the price of Bitcoin right now and stuff like that. But you got these cheaters, they go in, and their main thing is to get the most expensive loot that's in it, find it, take it out,
Yeah.
and then go sell it online. That's all it is. But they're getting a monetary, getting money back because they're selling the things that they got. Okay, yeah, it's not
That
right, but
yeah. That market kind of works like CS:GO, where like
mm-hmm.
get a skin and if like it's valuable and you don't want it, you could just sell it.
Yeah, but that's legally done. Not in
Yeah.
my game, it's not legal. It's different. It's a gray area. It's a different, but still, I mean,
I
you
get you.
getting some kind of retribution from it. Call of Duty, you're not. I mean, and you can. It's. I mean, it's. You can blindly see that they're cheating. For Christ's sake, it's not. even they don't even try to hide it. I mean, you can literally see when people are spectating you, and when you notice that you have 5, 6, 7 people spectating you, wouldn't you stop? Yep. Yeah,
They
keep
just
on
keep
going.
going.
Yep. Then you have dummies that you like. People ask them, "Show me your task manager," and then they forget to close the cheats. Task manager comes up, cheats are right there.
Exactly.
It's just I don't know. It's just it's. See, now I'm going down the rabbit hole. I this is something that I really passionately hate and I passionately talk about because it just really, to me personally, because it screwed up my view of a game that I like playing. That I had to go
Yeah.
somewhere else. So you know, it's just I hate it. I hate it, and I hate that they don't do nothing about it. But you know, it's when so you're a young buck. You're younger than me, much younger than me. Do you notice when you were in school, um, gaming was a big thing when you were in school, or do you think it wasn't? Like esports and gaming and competitive gaming, and even in the school set, you know, teams and stuff like that. Did you have that kind of stuff in school?
Not in my area.
Okay.
The way that in the place that I grew up and like went to school was Freeport High School, the only thing we really talked about when it came to gaming was like 2K. Because most of the time the school was focused on like the actual sport because we've been
Right.
undefeated football champions for like 3, 4 years already. And I graduated this year, and again, the only thing they would like really talk about when it came to gaming was like NBA 2K.
Hmm. Interesting.
So yeah,
That's that's strange because like when you go to college, you would think when you go to college, that's actually not one of the most focused games on. It's focused, but not. You would think that they would try to focus on something that kids can take with them to college. That's strange.
yeah, no,
Okay. But do you feel that it was that happened just because the school really just didn't care about other games, or you think it was more about the community in your area was more focused on that game?
no, it was most definitely the community in my
Okay.
area.
Makes sense then. That's different.
Yeah,
You're not gonna focus on something that people don't want. I mean, makes sense.
yeah.
Um,
Like there was a few people every now and then that like I would talk to that like obviously talked about different games and all that. Like during lunch, I would go into like the auditorium with like some of my friends. We would play like D&D.
okay.
Um, I was a big nerd. I still am. I
Don't
enjoy
worry.
it. I
We
say
all
it
are nerds.
proudly.
We're a community of nerds. Don't worry about it. Nerds in disguise who just come out to play games. Meanwhile, during the
People
day,
constantly telling me, especially like one of my teachers told me I would never make it in Twitch because
yeah.
at the time I had like 12 followers. If I could just go back and just smack her in the face right now, I would.
You know, it's still a thing. I'm I'm 38 and I stream, and people tell me, "Oh, you 30? You're old. You're too old. What? Pff, you video games? Woo." Okay.
Who cares? Mind your business.
Yeah, it's like it's like I keep on I constantly say I don't want to work. I don't want to
Yeah.
work for the rest of my life. I want to be able to be comfortable. You
I
know.
tried working once. I had a part-time job. Never again am I working for anybody else but me.
I mean, I have to work because I have a family and I don't make money yet on Twitch, and I will. I keep on saying it, and I will.
Manifested.
But it's like until that happens, unfortunately, I have to maintain what I do, and I do construction, so I make good money. But it's I don't want to destroy my body forever. I got kids, I got
Yeah,
family.
most
I don't.
definitely.
You don't want to end up crumbled, a crumbled
Yeah,
person
for
or
me, my main income, it's actually not Twitch. I sell shoes, like I resell,
okay.
but I'm not like one of those like reselling sharks where they like overprice it. I only put the shoes up like $200, $300 more than their original price, unlike these other people putting them up like 1,000. That's my main income. Because when I first started selling shoes, on the first week I made $700,
There you go.
and now I average about $500, $600 a week. And Twitch is just like an extra check that adds onto it. I make like 150 off of Twitch, added on to like the 500, 600 that I make a week. It's pretty good.
There you go. I mean, it's at least you don't have to, you're not working like you say for somebody else. You're working for yourself. That okay. Let me not continue that. Kind of, you are working for yourself because you still have to give 50% back to Twitch.
True.
So,
Like a lot of people that ask me, they're like, "How do I sub?" I'm like, I mean, if I'm being honest, I'd rather you spend the $5 on bits, so
it's
I can
true.
get the full revenue.
Because if from subs you do lose that 50%, so it's
Like
kind of in
subs
a
are
way,
$5,
yeah,
you make 250.
yeah,
Bits, you donate 500, we get the full $5.
yes,
Like
yes, that's for sure. But it's
like
like,
I still like recommend people to like sub and all that. Like obviously,
no,
you
yeah,
gotta
no,
promote yourself,
yeah.
but
I mean
yeah.
that number does count. I mean, even when you go to the next phase, I think it counts how many subs you
No,
have.
for partner, I think you need like 50 subs or
Yeah,
something like
it's
that.
more about the 75
Constant viewers.
yeah, viewership for a month. That's what's the rough part. That's
Yeah,
why it
that's
takes
gonna
people
be hard.
years to get there. Cause that's the harder part. Is the whole 75 for an
Yeah,
hour. It's just, but I mean, it's like I say, it's a grind. It's not an easy grind, and you want it, you got to go for it. And it's a rough one, but it takes time. That's affiliate is easy. It's stupid to say, but it's true. Affiliate is the easiest part.
all
Once
you
you,
need is three. It's like 60 followers and three people viewing,
yep.
and then like five people chatting in the chat at the same
Mhm.
time.
Mhm. And you have to be streaming for, I think, on a month period. I don't know how many hours, 18 hours or something. There's something like that.
Yeah,
It's like right now I hit affiliate. Yeah, okay. So now it's not to go to the partner. All I need is the viewership. Everything else I already shipped over from when I was affiliate. So it's like, fuck. I still need one out of the whole entire. But I'm not even anywhere close to that. So it's like you sit on that and you see that number. That's the part. You look at that number. You're like, damn. You get
yeah,
that. You get that email at the end of your stream, and you're looking at it, and you're like, damn,
I did it.
damn. It's like, damn. I see green, green, no green. I'm like, damn. I
Like my
still.
friend recently just hit Twitch partner,
Okay.
and I was so happy for him, and I was just like, yo, this is where like the real stuff begins.
Yes, it is.
Like like now, like you're not like in the little kid phase. Now
Nope.
you're in like the full adult area. Like you're like in the VIP. And
Pa-
he's like, yeah, but it doesn't really feel the same. And I was like, well, yeah, because it's not in the play area. Now you're in first class.
Now partners is basically the doors are open for your real skill set to be kind of
Tested.
not just no, that's not what I mean. It's your skill set can be appreciated to the point that you can get sponsors and stuff like that. Once you hit
Yeah, I
partners,
feel you.
when you're there, that's when that's when you start getting sponsorship from companies and partnerships and stuff like that. And you keep on pushing to being able to one point also get a contract. So it's like that's that's when you made it.
Yeah. The one thing I love about him though is that after he streams, again, he rates it out, and then whenever he's not streaming, he's always hosting somebody. So
Yeah.
he's trying to help out anybody he can, which is why I just like have like a bunch of respect for that man.
No, that's good too. I mean, yeah, that whole hosting thing, people forget about that. When you're offline, your thing can still be hosting somebody. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, what are your more near future um, goals? Let's put it that way. What are you looking for, or what are you trying to let's say in the next year, what are you looking to get done in terms of gaming?
In terms of gaming, oof, that would probably be get into like an official like Twitch team or esports team for either Apex. or Rainbow Six.
Okay.
But yeah, I have a few other goals, but like in terms of gaming, that's like my main goal.
That's the only problem of living out here in Long Island is it's just like, I mean, yeah, you can be seen by teams, but it's just locally, outside of school wise, it's rough. It's rough. It's a rough community. It's not as a rough community. It's just
It's
like
harder.
that's why us at the Long Island Gaming League are here too, because there's nothing out here if you think about it. Like you got land
Yeah.
centers, that's it. There's no teams. There's no there's nothing to kind of support the community. And that's what we try to do. Only difference is we don't have official teams. Um,
Yeah, no, I was picked up by a few teams like in my past, like before I hit affiliate.
okay.
I remember the names too. Like obviously like I think two of the teams like are shut down now, like they're not active anymore.
Okay.
The first ever team that I joined was DxDRxse. It was a strictly Call of Duty like team, and then
Okay.
I got picked up by Headhunters Gaming, which was straight Apex, Destiny 2, and Rainbow Six.
Okay.
That shut down as well. But then I got into Sage Esports, which had a huge following, which helped me like boost my morality, I guess you could say.
Right.
But then what's it called? I dropped out of there because they never really like paid attention to like their members. So,
It's more about the product
um,
instead of the people.
yep. And then I got picked up by NorCal Esports. Um,
NorCal.
but then again, I decided to drop because it was the same thing as Sage. Right now, I'm currently working with my friend that hit partner recently. He has a thing called Unwanted Tribe,
Okay.
and I've been grinding for like Twitch team member for quite a bit. And he actually like focuses like on the people. He doesn't really care about the streams. He doesn't care about the money. He just focuses on his like the people he's like been close to all, like all his fans and all that. He's very appreciative of like what he has.
No, that's good. I mean, that's what it needs. I mean, it's not so much, yeah, the money is good and revenue and stuff like that, but if you don't pay attention to your people,
Nobody's gonna come back.
hmm or nobody's going to come at all, because once, all you need is one or two people to not be happy. Everybody knows, because, people have following, and all you need is one guy to talk. The whole world's going to know. So, it's, you got to watch your product. At the end of the day, you still got to take care of your product, and the people are your product, you know. It's like they
Yeah.
say, streamers, regardless of streaming being a lonely thing, because it's
Yeah.
you are your product. Your name is your brand. Not your name, but what you call yourself by is your brand.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to take care of that. If you don't take care of that, you're ruining your image. You're ruining your product and your image. So it's
You just reminded me. All right, so Rose wasn't like the original name. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of people have done this as well.
okay.
I've gone through like a series of names, and when you said like your name is your product, I forgot how cringy like my first ever name was that I made. It was
Well,
like I based it off of like a bad like JPEG image that I found off of Google, where it was like a skull on a bomb, and then my first name like that I ever made was Skull Bomb, and it was just, I just like now that I'm thinking about it, it's just so cringy.
I mean, there's crazy names out there. There are for sure. Then you have other names, but it's like at the end of the day, a name is just a bunch of letters and words. You make it have a meaning
Yeah,
when you put, what you do behind it. It doesn't. You can call yourself, Uncle Uncle piece of crap. It doesn't make a difference. What matters is, like you say, your product you put out, the stuff you put on TikTok, stuff like that is what's going to make that name now have a meaning
yeah,
that's going to benefit you, regardless of it being. Only difference is there's certain games and certain stuff like that don't admit, you know, bad foul language in your nickname. That's the only difference. But I mean, a name is just a name.
yeah,
You're not. That's why you don't go by your name. Your name has a meaning. Like my name has a meaning. You're born with it. But
yeah,
you're not going to use that in gaming because at the end of the day, I actually think it doesn't even work. Like, think about it. Instead of you being called Rose, right? You use
Mhm.
your actual name. It sounds a little funny. It's the same thing
My
as
actual my actual name kind of sounds like, I guess you could say, like a gamer tag. It's something you would hear online.
okay, but it still sounds funny. It's like you're looking at it, it's like, damn, that don't like. I'll give you a perfect example. Doctor Disrespect. That name, it's perfect to the man. But now
Exactly.
his real name, it's cringy if you would think about it. His name is Guy Beam.
Really?
His name is Guy Beam.
I've never heard his
His
name
name is
before.
Guy Beam. Now you look at the character, you look at that name, doesn't even
Doesn't match.
fit. See, that's the thing. It doesn't fit. It might have worked good as a gamer tag, but it don't fit the character. I mean, it's like, look at Ninja. The name fits. Now his real name, if you think about
Tyler
it,
Blevins.
that's like vanilla name. That's pure like bleh. So, Ninja works out. He has his character, although he doesn't have kind of a character, but the blue hair and all of his characters actually in every game that they make from is a ninja with the blue hair and stuff like that. So, it's like it fits. His name does not
Yeah.
fit. His name, oh my God, Tyler Blevins. Woo! Blevins. It's like that's why you don't use your real name. So, it's you build an image to the name that you give yourself online. Somebody else can use the same name, which we know it happens, with a little
Yeah.
difference here or there. At the but let's say you're a very famous streamer. I'm not. You're Rose. Like if I would put Rose with an underscore or something like that, people are gonna recognize me being you because
Yeah.
the name is it. It's things like that, like Ninja. Like if you would have like a Ninja One, people are gonna still, when they see their name, they're gonna remember Ninja, the original, because he has that
Yeah.
image made for the name. It's the same thing, It's like I've seen like when Doctor Disrespect disappeared for a while, there were guys that trying to do the Doctor Disrespect shtick with the hair, and I've seen it, and it's cringy as hell because it's not what we know as being him.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. I mean, there's only one Tim the Tatman. He's a horrible player, but he's a funny ass guy to watch, and he has that whole thing of, of it's a fun stream to watch. Same thing
Yeah.
as Courage. Courage is an extremely talented player, but it's the whole thing of how he is and how loud he is and how he talks and how he reacts. It's like that. Lupo, it's a little different. Lupo is just,
Lupo's just Lupo.
yeah, he's just very toxic, and but he's a good player
It's
too.
like your typical player.
Yeah, but it's different. They've created these images of their name, not of who they are, but of just what they are on the game. It's
Yeah.
you know it, people. It's just how you have to be. Gaming world. You come to the gaming world not to be yourself. If you're coming to the gaming world to be yourself, you're better off not doing it. That's something that I
Yeah.
personally believe because I kind of, in a way, recently have gotten into that thing of not, of being myself and not being not myself on gaming, and it kind of, it doesn't feel the same. It feels a little blah. So it's like,
I guess that's probably why I like streaming on Twitch, because I could be myself without being myself,
right.
if you get what I mean.
No, I totally
Like,
understand what you mean. What I'm saying. It's like I fell personally under the error of not of actually being myself. So it's like
yeah,
you're just another person. You have to stick out on Twitch and on any streaming platform. You got to stick out. Just don't be yourself. You gotta flip that switch when you go when you hit the record. You have to flip that switch that shuts your normal self off and your streaming self on. And when you shut it off, you go back to normal. Just unfortunately, that's how it has to be.
I mean, for me, I'm the same all around. I'm always goofy. I'm always just messing around. I never really take games seriously. And the funny part is, I never really take games seriously, but somehow I'm just good at it.
I take my shit too
And
serious.
I just like, I don't, I guess me personally, I couldn't see myself putting on a persona for the camera.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. But see, but it's the difference between me and you. The difference is you already are creating a persona for yourself, not your real name, not your real self, or for your gaming self, because you're not
Yeah,
showing yourself. So technically, you are creating a persona because you're not showing the real you, visually. So everything that you do
true.
is going to be a persona. So even inevitably, you have created a persona for yourself. Your persona is going to be the image, your JPEG that you put out, or something like that. That's your brand. Me,
Yeah,
regardless of whatever nickname I use it's my face. It's me. It's who I'm showing. So that's a little. That's like it's what you're doing is the difference between me and you is the same thing as like Tim the Tatman and Doctor Disrespect. Disrespect is showing himself, but in a persona with a costume. Tim the Tatman is being
yeah,
Tim. He's being Tim. And see, between you and me is different. Is the same thing. I'm showing myself, but you're showing an image. So people are going to recognize your name and your gameplay through your image. So it's like you do have a persona, although you didn't you know you really didn't
yeah.
try to. But I mean
I
that's
get what you mean.
that's kind of going to distinguish you from all the other players if you think about it. But so let's see. Do you have any games you're looking forward to that are coming out besides Battlefield that we
Um,
spoke about?
yeah. Apart from Battlefield, not really, because I don't really like pay attention like anymore as much as I used to like new game releases.
Okay,
Because all I've really been focusing on is like the competitive side of like Apex. Like I started like recently playing ranked a lot.
gotcha.
Um, yeah.
So
I haven't really been focusing on like game releases, just
you have
focusing on
made
Apex.
that jump to what I like to call the next level. You found your game. You
Yeah,
know what game you want. So you're regardless of anything else that you're going to play, your game is going to be Apex. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, at some point everybody finds it. It's just sometimes they find it and don't realize it. You at least now you're dedicating to competitive, so that that could be your future as long as the game stays around. It's just that
yeah,
itself is out of your hands. You can only work on what you can work on, which is being perfecting yourself. So,
yeah,
but I hope you know me and everybody here at the Long Island Game League really do hope that you do find that team that will push you to go to the next level, and that you do get there. I mean, we hope that everybody in the community, makes the jump, makes the leap to the next level, and kind of, it helps also put the community here in Long Island on the map.
yeah,
So I mean, we really look forward to see, what the future brings for you, and sorry, how far you can go, which there's no limit on that, of course. I mean, it all depends on, what each one of us does. But
yeah,
we're really looking forward to see what you do with yourself and with your gaming and with your skill set. Um, we appreciate what you do. I personally, as a small streamer, appreciate what you do with the whole, hosting and oh god, and rating people when you're about to end your stream, which you know it helps. It helps everybody.
yeah.
Um, I'm gonna give you a little bit of this last couple of minutes to kind of put yourself a little bit more on the map. Where can people find you? Where can people see you? Where can they find your content? Floor is yours.
So if you do like, obviously I'm not forcing you to. Feel free. All my handles are DxDRxse. On Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that, mostly the same. I post like if you see one clip on TikTok, it's most likely going to be on any of my other social medias because obviously not everybody like really sticks to like one app. So like say you miss out, you'll find it somewhere else. So most of the time, if you're not seeing the same content, it's either because I just felt like it wasn't good enough to be on like a different platform. But most of the time, I'm active all the time. If you're interested, you can shoot me a DM. I'll gladly play with you. I'm always online 24/7. This is like my main job, basically. So I just try to get back to the community. I try to help people, inspire others. That's my main goal. So,
There you go, everybody. Follow him, look for him. You will find him. Just like he says, you find one social media, everything's basically going to be connected together. So look for Rose. We appreciate you. I appreciate for you coming on, being our guest.
thank
Um,
you.
I once again, I repeat, I can speak for everybody at the Long Island Gaming League. We do hope that you have a very good future in the gaming community, in the gaming world, that you do get to where you want to get and beyond. Just keep on striving, keep on
Yeah,
grinding because it's a grind. But at the end of the day, if you get to where you want to, it's worth it. It's always worth it. but we,
yeah,
but I appreciate you for being on, taking this time to be with us. And there we go, everybody. We got another one in the books. This is your boy, the Hood, Bruno. Hope to see you guys again. We do have a couple more things that are scheduled for the near future. Keep your eyes on all our social media. Take it easy, everybody. Keep on grinding. Thank you very much.